Hello everyone. Let me take you on a journey deep into the human mind. Let's take a deep dive into the mind in relation to its interaction with Salvia. In today's trip report, we have a user who claims to now have PTSD from this experience. Let's get right into it. So after a little reading and a few videos of people tripping on Salvia, I decided to try it out. My sister and I went to the head shop and bought a can of sticky purple 80X and a glass bong. Now, I've done well into 500 hits of acid, more than 20 pounds of reefer, and more than my fair share of opium. Doing this was just something to do for fun at that given time. So after getting back to my house, we went out to my garage and prepared to try out a product that I expected to do little to nothing. I packed my glass bong with ice and loaded a bowl as tight as I could get it. My sister, being a little more hesitant than I, said I should go first. I told her if I was going first, I'm caching my bowl and she could reload. So that's how it went. I put the bong up to my mouth and took a rather large hit. I felt a sensation going over my body that no word could describe. It was like the first time I had sex mixed with the first time I broke a law. It felt good and terrible at the same time. I exhaled and quickly took another, hoping for the pure joy being masked by terror would go. A few seconds into holding that hit in, I couldn't feel my legs. It was alarming. But I figured I had been this far down the rabbit hole, I may as well meet Alice. I blew out the hit and noticed it had an orange tone to it. I slowly took my last hit and drew it deep and large. I felt a large pop in my existence. You may be wondering at this point what I mean by pop, but as best I could explain it, it was like my soul was being peeled from my body, like one piece of bread from another on a toast cheese sandwich. Suddenly, I'm in another world. I no longer existed. I was part of something much larger. I can't explain what that larger was, but I hated it. It was painful and trying to rip me apart. I was part of it, this large mass of vibrant colors. It was trying to tear me up and mix me into whatever it was. Much like taking 20 pieces of chewed up gum and mixing them all together. I was only one color, but the other colors were trying to make us one by destroying the singular forms. I could verbalize my thoughts, and I said in this world, what kind of cruel effort does this? I was just born, and now I'm going to be torn into pieces? Are you effing kidding me? I tried to think of who I was, but I knew I wasn't a he anymore, and more of an it. I had the thought, if I can make it a few more minutes, help will be here to remove me from this mass that I'm a part of. Slowly, the mass dissolved, and I could see a face. I didn't recognize the face because it wasn't attached to anything. It was just a floating face. The face said, "Do I need to call an ambulance?" "Say something. For Christ's sake, say something." I verbalized without thinking or trying. "I'm back." Minutes later, after being helped to my feet, I still couldn't figure out where I was at. But I did understand that my wife and sister were both very worried about something. I finally figured out a few more minutes later that I was in my garage and with my wife and sister. I knew I had gone somewhere and what had happened there, but no understanding of exactly where that somewhere was. I decided I need to leave the crime scene right now. So, we went outside on my deck and sat and smoked. The rain started, but my head still wasn't there. Realizing I'm sweating like a pig, somehow I understood that my sister was getting covered by my perspirations when I was embarrassed by it, but I couldn't stop. I couldn't stay outside either. I decided I'd go to my room for a bit and relax. After laying down on my couch and watching about half an hour of whatever weird stuff was on TV, I went downstairs, able to speak of the world I went to. After months of thought and reading, I've noticed the similarities between my trip and a near-death experience to hell. My life really did change that day. I stopped smoking, started exercising, changed my diet, dropped 15 pounds, and I'm in the best physical shape of my life. But I'm also on Xanax to help with the anxiety at night I feel thinking of that hell I was in. My physician said I have post-traumatic stress disorder, even though she has no knowledge of the trip I took. It's been 5 months, and I'm still not feeling perfectly mentally healthy. I've taken double-dipped, double-wide acid, smoked a bowl of opium, and some reefer in one sitting and had a bad trip, but nothing like the Salvia. Salvia was the worst experience I've ever had in my life. Some people have reported good trips, and good for them. But if I had a 1 in 99 chance of tripping like that again, I wouldn't take it. I felt like killing myself while I was coming down after seeing into hell. I'd never had a thought like that before or after. And that concludes today's trip report. It was a good reminder that sometimes we don't always know what we're getting ourselves into with some of these substances. Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe to support the algorithm and for more daily content.